what's going to happen in this next election. I am terrified about what could possibly happen because our leaders matter. Who we select, who speaks for us, who holds that bully pulpit. It affects us in ways that sometimes I think people take for granted. Very stark warning from her about the challenges that Democrats face coming up in November.
Look, she's never been shy about these kinds of things. And it also, don't forget that her husband, Barack Obama, recently met with Joe Biden and gave some advice about what he ought to do with his campaign. That is, maybe move some of the people from the White House to the campaign. And so I think, this is a couple that talks to each other. And I think you can presume that they both feel the same way. They're looking at the same polls that we're looking at. They're looking at the fact that he's losing a lot of key constituencies, like younger voters and Hispanic voters. And so I think she's speaking her truth, as we say, and she's not shy about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a question I would like to have, right? Will you want Michelle Obama to replace Joe Biden as the Democratic nominee facing Donald Trump in this year's election? Now, there's polling out there now that mostly Democrats saying that Michelle Obama will be a great Democratic nominee facing Donald Trump in this November, right? So, and to be completely honest, that, who else is going to face Donald Trump? Every Democrat, whether it's a Gavin Newsom, whether it's a Raphael Warnock, or anybody like that who plan to face Donald Trump will get destroyed by Donald Trump. So right now, the talk is that, Joe Biden ain't the man to face Donald Trump. And I believe it's because of the first debate both Donald Trump and Joe Biden had. And so the Democrats are really concerned. We already know that Joe Biden's health is very concerning because of basically of what the performance that he's been doing during their first debate. So now the talk is who should replace him. Now they're talking about Kamala Harris. Now, who is his vice president. Now, a lot of people say that Kamala Harris could be replaceable for Joe Biden. Unfortunately, black voters don't want Kamala Harris either, according to some people that I've been hearing. So the question is, who should be the nominee? And if they basically keeping Joe Biden, all the pundits, all the Democratic pundits will have an uproar with this. And there's people in liberals want Joe Biden to step down. So will Michelle Obama will be the ideal candidate to face Donald Trump? And 74% of the polling said yes. A lot of people in the Democrats and the Independents said they would love to vote for Michelle Obama if she decides to run. Now it's her decision, and basically she's become the first black woman that ever run against a former president who's running President Donald Trump. So basically, they want a Michelle Obama. There's no negatives about her. There are a lot of positives, actually. And so when you see the clip from CNN, and shouts out to CNN on TikTok about Michelle Obama, the biggest question is, if Michelle does decide to run, I'm not saying that she is, but even people from the far right said that Michelle will be a perfect candidate to replace Joe Biden. Even Stephen Bannon, who's former Trump advisors, as you know, he was on a talk show earlier. So basically, they really want Michelle to run. And Michelle, even though she says she don't feel comfortable in running, she don't want to run at this time. But I think a lot of people, if they really want Donald Trump to lose, they need to find a candidate that has that popularity. So I think what I'm seeing is that, what we're seeing later on, that Donald Trump will win unless Democrats has a perfect person to face Donald Trump and beat him. And a lot of polling, if Michelle does decide to run, Michelle will win by double digits. She will win by a landslide, beating Donald Trump if she decides to run. So y'all, let me know what you think about this in the comments. And I mean, if Michelle Obama does decide to run, she will not only be the first, black woman to ever face Donald Trump, to ever run for president, but she is become the first black woman who is ADOS, who is FBA, her ancestor will ever face Donald Trump and win. Picture that. Y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I'll talk to you in my next video. This is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.